Welcome back to Rabid Noise on Rabbit Radio. Joining me on the program now, all the way from Canada, is DJ Temple from Without Mercy. What's happening, man?
Well, goddamn, son, no Duda, boot it, maple syrup, hockey, slap shot, wearing flannel, every other stereotype.
That's awesome. Well, you know, I'm glad you could join us tonight, dude. You know, it's a funny story how I actually came across your band. Paul Iding, Perceptor, Transformers, you're a fan?
Yes, sir.
I was at a Comic Con in Brisbane. We were talking about metal, and he mentioned you guys and said, you got to check these guys out. So I went home, checked you out, and yeah, love your band, man. It's awesome stuff. So how did you meet up with him?
It's actually a really funny story. I am a huge video game nerd, massive, and I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid. It's one of the greatest game series, in my opinion, that has ever been released. Only thing close to that would be Legend of Zelda, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved everything about that game, and I just, on a whim, messaged him one day on the whole online thing, and lo and behold, he messaged me back. I gave him my cell number. We started talking. Next thing you know, we're like buddies. Guys doing voiceover work for us on some of our promos. Like, I mean, and he's just all around. He's such a cool dude, and I gravitate to cool dudes like that. So we just basically formed a friendship. I sent him free swag whenever we got it and free albums, and life's golden.
That's awesome, man. What a legend. He is a really, really nice guy, man. And he was really plugging your band, saying how he went to your gigs and, you know, he's wearing your shirts and, yeah, man.
I remember when he got that shirt, he was so stoked because the back of our shirts, if you haven't seen them, they say you smell like a bitch.
He said that. And that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Perceptor. For me, I'm a big Transformers fan. So, it's amazing how, you know, metal and pop culture can go hand in hand. So, you released the Reborn EP in January this year. How's the response been so far from your point of view?
I'm super stoked, man. If I get one person that says that they liked what we did, it just makes my freaking year. And we sold out of the 1,500 copies that we had printed. We sold out within 6 months. And for us being an indie band up in Canada who hasn't toured internationally yet, that was what we deemed a pretty big success, we thought.
That's amazing, man. That is amazing. So where did you sell the albums? Was it all across the globe? Where was the strangest place you had to send it to?
Probably the strangest place we had to send it to was, forgive me for not being able to pronounce it, but it was like a small, I don't know if they're states or provinces, but it was in Africa. It was in South Africa kind of area. We had to send a couple over there, actually, which was really cool. And we just digitally distributed it through Bandcamp, made physical copies available through just our online webpage and stuff. And overall, it was, yeah, we just kind of did a DIY and was pretty impressed with how it turned out.
A lot of bands are doing the DIY, man, and it's working out for them.
It absolutely does. And for us being an indie band, it's hard to even just break the mold and get the label to pay attention. So a lot of the DIY stuff we were doing was out of necessity, right? We didn't have help. We didn't have a budget to do stuff. And it's surprisingly expensive. So cut out the middleman and do what we can.
Damn right, man. Well, what's the scene like over there in Vancouver?
It's pretty rad, aside from your classic battles of we need to find a venue because there's only about a few left over. The bands that are here are ridiculously good. I'm not just saying that because I am Canadian, but we are spawning some pretty rad talent in this talent pool, and they're getting internationally known too, which is great. And anytime you have wicked bands that are ahead of you, then it spawns you to become better yourself, and it just perpetuates the motion. That's my opinion. If you have wicked bands as part of the seeding pool, you're only going to get even better bands after that.
What's your most favorite show you've played so far?
I always love being on tour. That's the truth. I love it. And we go to like nowhere towns like Prince George, BC. BC's the province I live in, and the very northern part of the province, there's a small town called Prince George. And we got there once, and we were still like maybe 5 years old, and we rolled in on our bus, and there was people there that knew who we were. We're signing autographs, and for us, it was the first time we'd sign autographs. Crowd surfing, a dude in a wheelchair got taken out of his wheelchair, and he crowd surfed everywhere. It was the craziest freaking thing I'd ever seen.
So do you travel up to or down, I should say, to America?
We haven't had success with our visas yet to do that, but that's our big plan for 2015 for sure.
Is that really hard to process?
It could just be that I'm an idiot when it comes to paperwork. I'm not going to lie. It could just be that. But there is an extensive paperwork and quite a hefty fee from what I understand. That's, again, all comes down to money as an indie band. You're doing what you can.
See, I've got a friend of mine who actually is a drummer in Canada for a band called War Baby. And he he actually went to the States to work for a band, and he had visa issues after a while and everything like that. So he just pissed off to Canada, and that's where he stayed.
Oh, there you go.
Have you heard of those guys?
I have to be honest, I have not, but I will probably look them up the second we hang up here.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, great band. More indie stuff, but they're lots of fun, man. So what's next for you guys? Are you working on some more music, or?
We absolutely are. We're writing a new record while simultaneously remixing the Reborn EP. We're going to re-release that one as well as release our new one that we're going to probably start tracking in the next few months. But don't tell anybody I told you that, even though we're on a radio station right now. And we're looking at some indie video games because I'm a big video gamer, like I said, and that's close to my heart. I want to hear our music in some games because we're actually on Rock Band 3. We can be downloaded content on the Xbox.
That's awesome. How'd that come about?
I found a company that was doing it, and I emailed them up, and they really dug our tunes, and their attitude was, this could be ridiculously hard on Rock Band to play. So we sent them the tracks, we got it set up, they made the tracks, and there's actually some YouTube battles going on of drummers trying to get 100% on all of it. It's pretty cool.
That is very cool, man. That's very cool. So, you're saying you're writing some stuff for some indie video games. Is there anything that you can let us know about?
Of course, contracts say I can't. Of course. Every time.
That's all good, man. I'm sure in due time that you'll spill the beans and we'll be the first to know about it, right?
Hell yes, and the new stuff, first to know.
Yeah. So, when are you looking at a release date for that?
We're not going to set any timelines until tracking of the beds is done. That's how we always have run the show, because I don't want to be like, oh, it's February, and then March comes by, and we haven't even started yet.
But you produce your stuff as well as write, right?
Yes, I do.
How do you find, being in those shoes?
It was a huge learning process. The Reborn EP was the first time I did it 100% and took the role, and it was a huge learning process, and many a small fire were put out that you don't expect it, but it was fun as hell, super fun, like ridiculously fun, and super rad. And I'm super proud of the product that came out at the end.
Damn right, man. You should be, because it's such a great CD, man. Everyone's got to hear your band.
Well, I appreciate that, man. We're working real hard, so to hear you say that it's basically currency at this point.
Well, you gotta hook us up with some merch. So, where can everyone get your stuff?
Head over to our webpage, withoutmercyband.com. You can look me up personally. My name's DJ Temple. Hit me up on Facebook. I'm also known as the Ginger Tornado. Don't ask how that got started. But just hit me up. I love sending shit out, man. It's a cool feeling to send shirts to anywhere in the world that isn't my own town. It's just a cool feeling that somebody actually wants a shirt that says you smell like a bitch.
I'll take 20. Yeah, man. Well, okay. So, you got Bandcamp as well.
Absolutely. Like I said, our main page, withoutmercyband.com, it's acting as the portal to all our social media right now. So if you hit that up, it's got everything, our Facebook link, our Bandcamp link, which I think is withoutmercy.bandcamp.com. And like I said, we're internet whores, man. We're everywhere.
Well, all our listeners out there, make sure you go in there and start hitting these dudes up. Whore with them.
No STDs for all.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, we're going to go to the track Worthless from Reborn now. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, man. And make sure you stay in touch and let us know what's going on next.
Absolutely, man. Thanks so much for all the support and all you guys down there in Australia. That's friggin' badass. You even give two shits about us. That is so cool, man. We really appreciate it, straight up. Not saying it.